Sue Hitzman ist Pädagogin, Manualtherapeutin, Trainerin und Erfinderin der MELT-Methode, einer Technik zur Selbstbehandlung, um präventiv und rehabilitativ chronische Schmerzen zu behandeln. Sie ist Gründungsmitglied der Facial Research Society.
MELT is a simple self-treatment technique to help people get out and stay out of chronic pain. We use soft balls and soft rollers to work with the connective tissue system, which most people don't know anything about. And what's important for people to know is that connective tissue is the supportive structure under your skin that keeps everything from your skin. It keeps your skin lifted. It gives your joint shock absorption. It gives your muscles balance and stability. And what science is starting to understand is that daily living causes connective tissue dehydration to occur, and it's one of the things that leaves people feeling really stiff and achy, and over time causes many issues. And so MELT, I've designed it as a way to empower my clients to get out of my office and to get back into active living by caring for themselves. I always say I try to make my clients hands-off body workers so that they do it for themselves. Yeah. What we know about connective tissue is that it's very reactive to two things: tension and compression. And what's interesting is that the very things that dehydrate connective tissue, for example, if you sit for long periods of time, you're compressing the back of your legs and pulling your spine into that slouched position. That is what dehydrates tissue. It's a natural cellular process. It's happening to everyone. But the very thing that dehydrates it can rehydrate it if you know how. So we use these soft rollers to ease compression or pull into the tissue, and with different movements and different types of hands-off techniques, people can learn how to gently restore some of the movement of this tissue so that those sliding and gliding surfaces of connective tissue can do their job more efficiently. So the first move you're going to do is called rocking, gentle rocking. So you're going to tip, and then you're going to tip. So it's just a little back and forth motion, and I physically almost want you to feel like you're falling. You're kind of catching yourself. And so what this does is it allows your nervous system to adapt a little bit. And then you come back to a center point. And so the neat thing about MELT is it really just takes a second to make a change. So put your one hand up here, and I want you to put one hand down here. And I want you to just try to take a couple of breaths that allows length to come into your body. This is called passive shearing. So for people with low back pain, it's a real easy thing to do to draw fluids back up to their back from their legs. And now let's try it on this side. So this leg stays relaxed, and this leg kind of swings out to the side and then draws back in. Another technique would be lower body compression. So if you lift your hips and you bring your butt down, and then you just let your legs drop. One of the techniques that we do is called passive shearing. So you're going to let this leg slightly swing out to the side. So you're going to kind of draw it out, and then you're going to try to turn it in. Yeah, so it's like this. You kind of come out and in. So it's literally like a twisting effect. You're kind of twisting the flesh around the thigh bone. So gliding is a preparatory technique. It just stimulates tissue enough to juice it up and kind of get it moving. And then the shear, if you go just in front of your heel again, and you wiggle. So that's shearing. So I always say it's kind of like washing your hair. It kind of creates space occupation. It opens up the, they're called microvacuoles. I don't want to get technical, but it's like making bubbles. You're actually increasing the volume of space fluid can occupy. And then the secret is once you do that, you compress and you wait. You just give the tissue a second to adapt. It's like a sponge. You sort of squeeze out the fluid. And then we're going to rinse. We're going to go from your toe, and you're going to go all the way to your heel. And when you get to your heel, you're going to step forward. The three most important things I would tell a physical therapist about MELT is it becomes a great homework methodology so that they can empower their clients to get out of their office and do things in between sessions so that they come back better. It's also a great way to educate the client to do things that complement the therapeutic intervention so that they really feel like they're getting the most out of physical therapy. And I think the most important thing for any therapist to do is to empower a client to do something for themselves. It's a simple, easy self-treatment technique. Depending upon what the person's issue is, they can quite quickly learn this and do it and continue to do it long after they have physical therapy, which I think is really empowering for anybody with pain. It really gets them to take charge of their life and get back into active living, which I think is the most important thing.